All right, tractors are all back from the fair, and we're in the super cheap Super Duty, and the trailer's hooked up. So what would you guess is going to take place today? Well, if you guessed more treasures, you're right. So we'll talk more about that right after this. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. Trailer is following along there. And by this point, we should all know that when the truck's hooked to the trailer, treasures are coming home. So we're going to drive, I don't know how many miles it is actually, but it's about an hour to the west, southwest maybe a little bit. And we are going to acquire a meadow green unit that I do not currently have. So I will bring you back as more things happen along the way. Well, it's raining, so I'm pretty sure that my luck is going to be that right about the time I get there, it's going to just cut loose with a torrential downpour. But we'll make it work somehow. I've been wet before, I can be wet again. But yeah. It also says there's construction up here and the road's closed, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that, but we will figure something out, you know? Although today makes me kind of wish that I had looked into the Super Duty air conditioner here and made it work, because when you gotta drive with the windows up on a hot day, that's a lot of fun, but it'll be fine. Gas must be getting pretty expensive down here. The locals are switching back to horsepower. Also, consequently, I got in this lane and slowed down because 2 cars ahead is a police car, so yeah, probably not a good idea to pass him. All right. Well, that was relatively painless. What could it be? I mean, yeah, we'll definitely probably have to stop and retighten the chains because I'm not sold on the way that I got it winched down. But we got it. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but it won't leave the trailer, but it might, the chains might get loose is what I'm saying. But I think we're good to go. So I'll bring you back again if something interesting happens, like it ends up leaving the chat or something, you know. All right, so we made it. Questionable chaining notwithstanding, it held up. When I rolled the thing all the way back, I didn't have room to, you know, use a boomer. So I just pulled it tight as I could against there, but whatever, it wasn't going anywhere. It's in gear. So what we have here is a 1250 gas. And I have sheet metal and stuff. We can look at the messy truck still with fair stuff in it and everything, but I got all the sheet metal, I think. He gave me a brand new bucket of gear oil. He said the rear end oil needs changed. I think it's probably empty. He flushed it out. That's as far as he got. So he gave me gear oil. He's got the parking brake on, so we know it works. This little feller here is just, what can I say? It's another lost soul seeking love, and I just can't help myself. It's just too cute to die. So I had to save it. It has, however, well, I guess the one bonus thing is the grill is still kind of there. It's actually made of fiberglass, unlike the one on Freddy. So we're gonna have to do some reinforcing and whatnot. Somebody was super proud of it being made in Italy because they stuck that right on the side there when they repainted it, not the right color. But he said it runs. He said he's running and driving and everything. But the problem is, it's missing the water pump and the fan and pulley. And those parts are impossible to find. To move it around, the previous people had an RV pump hooked up, and they were circulating water out of the block down through there just so they could move it around while they were looking for parts. Never found that. He stripped it off. He claims he found a gas water pump, but not a pulley and fan. So that's a no-go. So I guess, first off, if anybody knows where there is a gas, because it's different than the diesel, a gas 1250 water pump, pulley and fan, I would definitely be in the market for one. Now, as we closerly examine this unit, we see many cobblings on it. The fuel pump must have not been working, so they put in an electric clicky-clack pump, which that's, you know, acceptable. I will go along with that. You know, that's an okay fix. The wiring is atrocious, but I know why, and that is because originally this is like an Italian military surplus engine, and it ran on 24 volts, and that was the thing that broke people's brain, and there just was no parts available. So as I look at this, somebody has converted most of this tractor to 12 volts, evidenced by the 12 volt coil, 12 volt headlights, and this cobbling mess over here, where we've put an alternator of modern origins upon it. Yeah, I'm also not 100% certain, I'll have to look at the parts book, if this is the style hydraulic pump it really had. I don't know that for sure, to tell you the honest truth. I see that there's a shaft running all the way forward, which makes me wonder if it doesn't have a, it does have a belly pump like the other Fiats do in there. So obviously one of them is running power steering, and one of these pumps is running tractor hydraulics, and I'm betting that this is the power steering outfit. It has, among other oddities, this governor here, which runs off the back side of your belt, so we're going to have to make sure that that is somehow doing its appropriate thing when we're all said and done. We have just so much here to unbutton. The starter should in theory still be 24 volt unless somebody figured out a way to make a 12 volt one. So when we crank it over, we're going to have to see if it goes super duper slow or if it's going to just sail away. But the wiring has just been hacked. It's just practically, I mean, what a mess. Unfortunately, he said some kids got up there and they busted out the gauges, which is a real bummer because I would have liked the tack to be nice. But stupid children, you know how that goes. The rest of the gauges, I'm not as concerned. I'm going to probably just put regular Charles City gauges in them like I did in the other one. Here is what's left of the key switch, which he got another key switch like a Fiat key switch he gave me, brand new, which will be nice. What else to say about it? Well, it's an odd little duck, you know. It's got this Solex downdraft carburetor, and I'm sure that will be full of sadness at some point, if not already. And I don't know. We're going to try to get it started first at some point before we make many major changes, just so we can, you know what I'm saying. I want to make sure that I can figure out what needs to be done. Let's hear it run before, you know, if it's got horrendous knocking, it's probably not worth fixing. Cute as it may be, it just probably won't be. But it has potential, friends. It like I said, it's just too cute to kill it. It needs much. I mean, it needs much. I'm not gonna lie. It needs just love is what it needs, really. It needs lots of love. But it's a cute little tractor. They were cute little tractors. I don't know. And they look harmless, even though they are full of sadness and will make your life miserable. But, I mean, I never even tried it, but I don't, yeah, it's not stuck. It's in gear is what it is. Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? That's in neutral. Oh yeah, not stuck. But this guy's had it running, so it should run. We'll figure that out as time permits here. It's gonna be a lot of work. I'm not kidding you, but where are you gonna find another one around here? Probably not anywhere. I'm the guy who's got them. The bonus is I gave less than probably what you'd give for these 2 tires, which are just brand new practically, and then that bucket of gear oil, which is, you know, but I'm happy. I mean, I wanted a 1250 to be the mate to Freddie, and I think this might be it. Little Frederica here will get along with him just fine. So we will, in another video, tackle the trying to get it running, the sorting it out, and whatever. I don't really have time to do that now. I've got deer to finish. I've got a Japanese white to finish. And the lady's coming for that co-op this week, I hope. So all that stuff needs to be the priority first. And then we will start making her more better. But so far, I'm happy. I have a plan for this. I already have given up the fact that probably won't find that. So I have an actual plan B. I have, I guess I don't know if I should tell you my plans, but here's my plans. Plan A is going to be making a Charles City water pump fit in there. I can make an adapter plate and then make a second one that fits the pump and weld the two together, and the water will go in there and life will be great. That's plan A. Plan B would maybe be to use a 1365 style water pump and adapt it in there with plates and make it work. And plan C is going to be using electric race car pump and electric fan just to make her go, which is all possible. I like the way this block is made. It's almost like they knew that people would have to cobble on it, because it's a nice flat surface that even is a little bit proud of everything. So you've got room, and I think there's enough room in here to make this go. So that's what's going to happen. But like I said, we're going to hear it run first before we do anything or spend any serious money on it. But it's going to have a lot of sorting out, because somebody was pretty handy with the wire cutters and some kind of you know, Harbor Freight welder or something, because they made fancy bracketry and just adapted stuff in, and it's just, it is what it is here, friends. We're gonna have to sort out that, it's gonna be a bear to change belts on it. I'm not really sure how you do that. Pull the hydraulic pump off the front, probably, to pull that shaft out to make her go. We'll sort that out. But I'm happy. Like I said, I didn't give that much for it, and I definitely saved it from doom. And it's a size I don't have. Buddy the dog, what are you doing, pal? Come out here to help? You're frozen? That's what I thought. There we go. Well, we need to get this off the trailer. And yeah, spoiler alert, I did do some looking, and a 1650 water pump physically won't fit in there the right way. So, but like I said, we'll deal with that later. We're just gonna unload this. I'm probably gonna just lay the sheet metal on top of it to keep the rain off that is inevitably coming, because I think it's coming pretty soon. I think there's going to be torrential rain after a while. So it'd be nice to keep that a little bit covered, you know. I like that he taped it all up so that there was no open space, so that's nice. But yeah, we still got a whole load of parts to unload. And I got to thinking about that, his gear oil situation. Those tractors, I don't think, use gear oil. If I remember, on the other ones, they were hydraulic oil, I believe. So we probably should read up on the 1250, you know, before we just pour in stuff willy-nilly. So it's probably a good thing he didn't do that, because I don't think that's right. Remember our Soli Vittori stick. That's our very important thing. Yeah. Oh, Buddy the dog, I know what you want. He's spoiled now. See, at the fair this year, in the one exhibit building, they were giving away different doggy treats. And he has just been going berserk for that. So, we'll give him some more. I'm down to about 3 or 4 bags left. If you go every day, you can get a free sample every day. And he loves me for it. There's a milk bone. You like those. You like this rigging? Like I said, I was trying to get out of there. It wasn't a very good terrain to load on. It was a flat place or a square place to back up to it, but the whole trailer was tilted the whole time. So and it was kind of downhill. So the tractor made it all the way back here to this front rail. And that's just the way we went. I was gonna try to do it different, but then I thought, why, you know? Ooh, check out this custom fab. What do you suppose we did that for? We had to make them longer for some reason? Or did we just chop them off? That's bizarre. I don't know, it's not gonna want to cooperate with me there. One. I also had to winch up these lift arms so that they didn't hit the trailer when we were coming on. And I'm one ratchet strapped down. Coming home from the fair, I forgot that the one was holding that ramp on back there, and the 1365 smushed it pretty good. So its days are done. We also need to put it in neutral and release the parking brake. I don't know if I can do that from my driver. Well, there we go. All right. Sure. I'm very, 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 very tempted to try to drive it off here. Wouldn't that be cool if it would fire right up? But we would have to do some fancy jumpering, because I'm not sure what. Basically, all we'd need would be the fuel pump, right? If that little, oh, and the distributor, you know. We would need that blue one. I'm afraid there's just too much. Well, that's the power in. Battery. Ignition. Would it be worth trying that? That would be super cool for it to pull off of here under its own power. As cool as that would be, I just don't think that it would work. I don't know what he had rigged up as far as... Oh, I do know what would be, I bet you. White wire, well, but see, the colors are faded. One of these wires, I wonder if that one was the start wire, like the maker crank wire. It sure would be curious, wouldn't it? I got a battery. It don't cost anything to try it, you know. We're probably getting a little bit hopeful here, more than we know it's not going to do it, right? If I put this on here, and put this on here, and I find a ground for this, and I touch this, will the fuel pump come on? It does. Okay. So, if I touch this, buddies, we're gonna give it a go. I mean, what have we got to lose here? The worst it's gonna do is explode into a fireball and kill me. And if that's the worst that could happen, is there really any danger? I think it's totally dry with fuel. Let me get the jump pack, because it will let me, I can use it to do the cranking. The sun's gonna set on us pretty quick, so we need to, yes, spilt fuel, that's also good for explosions, very good. Ew, I bet the gas tank leaks. It does. Shoot, this is dangerous. But we're gonna do it anyway. We only have a few seconds before the earth-shattering kaboom. So don't worry. All right. We're gonna spray a little of the good stuff in there. We're gonna turn our ignition on. We're gonna crank.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
We didn't get no fire. Look at this cluster of sadness. That gas tank is, yeah. We're getting into stuff that's not replaceable here, you see, friends. Although that does look pretty cruddy. Let's hook that up again. See if we get anything. Well, shoot. Now don't get your hopes up, friends, because the likelihood that this is going to run in its current state of mangled is kind of low. I mean, somehow this old boy did find points that would go in there. And I thought those were impossible to find. Now we might have us something. Let's hook back up the...
Guess who?
Okay, we're getting fire. We're not getting fuel though. So it's probably not going to run. Unless something magical happens just before. Drive off the trailer, buddy. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do that? Come on. Let's crank. Ha ha ha! She fired. I think my starter just gave up the ghost. Well, that sucks, don't it? I don't think it's going to do it. I noticed some problems. I think it's got a stuck valve. I mean, that's the choke. But the choke is an odd duck, I see. It's got interconnected linkages. So you can't go... Why can't you... I don't know. I just want you to run. Wouldn't that be cool if you'd run off of here in the sad, pathetic state that you are? Yeah, we're gonna have more homework to do. It went kerchuff one time. I'm not convinced that he's got the points right, because they didn't seem to want to spring together again. We gotta be careful because none of this is replaceable, see? We're supposed to have bad storms too, so I have to get this off here. Yeah, okay. Enough fun. We tried. We failed. But it does turn over, and once we give it a little love, it'll probably run. It's not going to be easy because none of this stuff exists. Oh, camera getting too hot. I don't know about you. Luckily, because of just coming back from the fair, everything is disheveled and sitting around in every place. So we're going to use this tractor and pull that little thing off of there. Sure. See, little Fiat, that's what you're supposed to do. Fire to life. Nice brakes. Like I said, we will tackle this at a later date when I have more time, but we're going to try to bring it back around. I mean, somebody was proud of it in its previous life. Look at the custom stickers they made. I mean, what kind of tractor is it? It's an Oliver. What size was it? 1250. Where was it made? Italy. How many horsepower could it be? Well, 35 certified. So, yeah. It's got potential. A lot of people hate them, but like I said, I'm kind of becoming fond of these little foreign gals. So we're gonna try to bring it back around. I'd like to find original parts, but that's probably not gonna happen. So I'll probably have to make something, but you know, we'll figure it out. It can be done. Anything that was made once can be made again. So don't let ever that stop you, you know. Figure it out. So that's where we are, and like I said, we'll call this one here and we'll tackle this project in the future. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment, and that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.